We're live.
Hey everyone! Even when we go live, it's a few minutes before everyone gets here, so it's fun to just get back in those few moments, you know?
I do.
Alright, so sorry we are a little late today. It's summertime and you can easily lose track of the time, especially since we are in cleaning mode and cleaning the backyard and all sorts of stuff. So we lost track of our day.
We did a little bit.
All right.
From India.
Yes. So as you guys are joining, welcome. For those of you who are new, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page. If you don't know what Couture is, ask us. We would love to be your designer, whether you are joining our amazing Chalkologist team or becoming a very premier club member that gets amazing exclusive perks and benefits. But more than anything, if you have questions during our live, ask us. We'd be happy to tell you all about Couture, tips, tricks, and everything else. So I'm going to dive right into it. Want to remind everyone, we are in a new catalog. What catalog are we in, Sean?
We're in the one that's called Autumn Winter.
The Chuck Style.
Chuck Style.
And you guys, my Club Couture members, should be getting these in the mail. Sean just got his this weekend. What is this month's Couture?
This month's is
Club Couture.
Club Couture is Life is a Bowl of Cherries, Make It Sweet. Look how cute that is.
That. So for our Club Couture members, you know it. We'll be doing a live probably next weekend, our exclusive live just for you, where we will show you this transfer on a wide variety of surfaces. This is just the project that was intended for this. Isn't that cute? Also, what's this, Shawnee?
This is kind of fun. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can kind of get a better thing. This is our little try me kit that you can actually get. There's a link to this. If you have never tried it, this gives you a chance to get a little cute little door tag with a squeegee, a little tiny little transfer with some black shimmer paste, and right behind it there's a little ribbon to go with it, steps to make it, and just to give you an idea how to use it.
So easy. Easy breezy, cover go. All right, so welcome to our live. I want to explain what we are doing this entire week. As you guys know, this is our studio. We have our beautiful back wall, which will change out here soon. But we, last year, right around this time, installed a focal wall. So when you come down our stairs, down into our daylight basement, and take a corner, there was a wall, a really big wall that we just kind of had some movie themed stuff on.
Type thing.
Yeah, but I wanted a focal point for holidays to really feature, because when you come in through our back door, you can see this, and it just is a big wall with nothing on it. And a chalk sister of ours, Tracy, we went to her house for ChalkCon last year because it was virtual, and she had this on her wall, and I fell in love. So we installed it. It is now there, and we change it for every season.
It is kind of fun.
It is fun. So I'm in kind of not sure where I want to go with it, because when we got it last year, it was in September, so I immediately put Halloween on it. And then I kind of went through the holidays. And so there is our Halloween. So this is the first board I kind of did last year, and I loved the finished result. It was so much fun. You can see I have a little bit of my redone there, and I just loved it. And naturally, once we were done with Halloween, it is go time. So we went from Halloween. How that turned out. And naturally, after Thanksgiving, we had to do Christmas. So there is the Christmas after Thanksgiving, and I loved this because I wanted to use non-traditional colors, which is kind of the pinks and the greens, the reds, and that beautiful teal. And then Christmas was done, and I was like, what do I do now? I have to wait until Halloween to do something. And so we went to leadership, we got back, and I just didn't know what to do. I wanted to do something bright, and we just played around with it, and we came up with kind of a let's spring into the season. So let's show them that one.
So you can see how all the flowers that he was able to incorporate with all the other elements turned out really cool. And there's the different flowers.
So I wanted to play with our surfaces. You can't really see it, but I used a lot of shimmer frost in the white colors. You don't really get to see that, but I wanted it to be bright, cheerful, and sunny, which it really turned out. Now, as soon as we were done with that, I was like, what do I do for 4th of July? I kind of, I'll be honest, I'm not a big 4th of July person. Ever since fireworks were banned in our city, at least, I was like, 4th of July, wah, wah. But I decided, let's do a 4th of July. So there is the 4th of July. So now that 4th of July is done, I've kind of went back and forth. What do I do? Because I could do right into Halloween and have it up longer, or what do I do? And Sean was like, it's too early for Halloween. Oh, yeah. They didn't want 4th of July to be up. So we have a blank wall, a blank canvas. What do we do? I think I have an idea. So out of all the ones you see, I'm going to go let our dogs in. What's your favorite that we've done so far, Sean?
Christmas is always probably my favorite. And then Halloween comes in a good second. Spring was actually quite nice because it was so joyful, and see that nice brightness coming out of that, coming out of wintry feeling and get into that spring was really cool too. So they're all very good. Don't get me wrong.
I think I always want to say it's Halloween because I love Halloween. But every time we do a new one, I'm always like, the last one we did, I'm like, that's my favorite. So like, I tend to want to be like, I think 4th of July is our favorite. It was
really fun.
I loved it. Mm-hmm. But I love Halloween. All right. So that is what we are doing. This next week, we will be breaking up our lives into 3 different sets. So we'll have this one Wednesday and Thursday, and it will be to that feature wall. Mm-hmm. Then we'll get back to kind of a regular live schedule. Probably towards the end of August, we will be changing out our back wall. One side will be Halloween, the other will be Thanksgiving, and then as Halloween goes, we'll put Christmas and just kind of have fun with it.
Yeah, we will.
So I have a vision of what I want to do with this feature wall. I have it all planned out. But it's hard for me to say this is what it's going to be and I'm going to do this. So instead of trying to explain it, we're just going to do each project, put it up, show you what it looks like, and see how it comes together.
Absolutely.
So for today's project, we will be using this transfer. Now, I planned this entire project last week, and this was in stock. But it's not in stock right now. But it will be. I love this because it has so many sentiments. And we're going to be using the new 9x9 box frames. And then what colors are we using, Sean?
We're going to be using, I think you were looking at one of the palettes, home palette, I believe is what they call it.
It is the Everyday Home.
Everyday Home. So we have Bright White, we have Storm, Ocean Mist, Eucalyptus, and Guava. And I think he is throwing also in some Shimmer White and a little bit of Camel. But these are the main ones from the home one. So if you guys have ever gotten that palette, this is what you've gotten.
Yes. Okay, so what I love about this transfer is you can cut it right down the middle and use it with our 18.5 and 6.5 box frame and do 2 separate pieces. Or you can do this on an 18 by 24 frame, but I'm not afraid to cut up my transfers. And this transfer is packed full of goodness. And you can mix and match, and that's what we're gonna do. So I am gonna start by cutting right up the center where it's designed to get cut. But then I'm gonna take it a step further, and I'm going to end up cutting a lot of these apart because I do want to do different things on each one. If you are like me and you're not afraid to cut your transfers, I do recommend buying 2 transfers, one to cut up and one to use as it is full set, you know, E-size. But we are going to start with this one, the Make Some Memories Fall in Love. You can see it's going to fit just perfect. So I am going to cut right below this dotted line here.
So just about, so you're going to go above or below.
And we're going to do the same thing down here, right above the dotted line. All right. And that is going to end up being just perfect right here. And then I'm going to be decorating this with some different looks. We'll show you that here in a real quick second.
A little bit of embellishments.
Yes. Now, for the other one, I want to actually use a couple different pieces here, but I wanted it to be the same height. And I really kind of want it to mirror the look. So I have this look right here. We have this that matches up here. I really kind of either want this or this. So I love the have a seat, let's sit and chat, but I want it to say hello friend. So you guys, I know you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, you're cutting up your whole transfer. It's okay. That's what's great about our stuff. You can do this. So we're not gonna be using that. I'm gonna cut it right here underneath where this is, this little
The dots.
the dots. And then once again, I want to use this. Now we could just tape it all off and all that stuff, but I'm telling you, I'm cutting it all.
Cutting it all, baby.
And this way we can get it exactly how I like. And what's cool on this is sometimes these transfers, these big transfers, these E-transfers, you can cut them up and do all sorts of fun stuff with it. So we have this, and now they're the same size. Now we'll cover this up a little bit here. Now these are new. These are the 9x9s, and I absolutely love them. They are a wood product, meaning that they have a wood finish. This is not actual wood in here. It's painted this way. Yes. So it's really important. What do we need to do to make sure?
Fuzzy, fuzzy, fuzz, fuzz, fuzz.
Why is that?
This, what they call a faux finish, that makes it look like it is a wood finish, is actually a stain, and which is meaning if you have something pretty sticky, that whiteness will come off. And you really don't want that. So by fuzzing that, you won't have that problem.
I had to get my water.
And this one, unfortunately, Kimberly, is not in stock yet, but it probably will be shortly.
Shortly. Okay, how to get water, because hydration is key. Now, here's the big deal on fuzzing. Fuzzing is so important for a couple of reasons. Number one, like Sean said, you don't want to pick up that wood grain, but our transfers are essentially a piece of fabric and we don't want to stretch them. Mm-hmm. And if you take the time to take care of your product, it will last longer.
Yeah. We actually had an interesting question from one of our newer designers. It's one of the guys. He asked, how long does a fuzzing cloth last? And I told him basically, well, we have a couple that are a couple of years old and we still use them and they work fine. You shouldn't have any problems because terry cloth is always going to be fuzzy. You know, washing it, drying it, washing it, drying it. So you should have no problems. And of course, the microfiber is for drying, and it has no problems either. So there should be no problems.
It should last well. Ours have stains on them. They've gone through if anything, you'll see like they'll shrink or start unraveling here, but I've not thrown away a fuzzing cloth. The majority of mine, if anything, have just shrunk a little. I do wash them before I use them the first time, and that's just because if not, you'll get a whole bunch of random little hairs off of it.
Especially on this side, the terry cloth side, the microfiber doesn't shed at all, so.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. Grab our 9x9, and we're going to use this side, and I want to put this right in the middle. So if this is a 9-inch, we should be at about 4.5. So with the frame, it's 10-inch, so middle would be 5. So it needs to go up just a little. Oh wait, or did I want to go down with it? No, good. All right, so we're just gonna put this down, and I always make sure to look at it. Sean, what do you think?
That looks nice.
Okay, now because I cut this, we want to give myself a little bit of what I call insurance policy with my paste. So I take our placement tape, and where I don't have a lot of room towards the top here, because we cut that, I'm just going to add that placement tape up there. Now, this isn't necessarily keeping your transfer down sticky. That's the part of the transfer being sticky is doing that. This is just giving you, especially if you are a messy chalker, or I tend to be a broad stroke chalker, so this will make sure I don't go off of the transfer. Here's the deal. These double-sided box frames, Couture will say they are a one-time use, because technically these colors will stain the wood. We've sanded them down before and painted it, but we also don't tend to wax our surface. So if I do accidentally go off of it a little bit, it will stain my wood. So we are right here. The colors that we're using, I know Sean, I think, already kind of said. Just some brighter colors. Now, the one thing I love about our camel is it's a pretty close match to our box frames. But I'm on here going to be using these colors, right? Let's see. I'm going to do that in pink, green. That looks crooked.
Does it look crooked to you?
Does that look crooked? Or is it just the tape?
Oh yeah, your tape is it's
not crooked?
Yeah, it's not crooked.
It's not?
I think it's an optical illusion.
It's an optical illusion?
Yes.
Okay. So I think I'm going to actually do this pink. Which color transition do you like? The green to the blue like that, or that?
I like green to blue.
Green to blue. Okay. So
I could be wrong though.
you're not wrong. All right. So we are going to mirror this on both sides, and these are the primary colors we're going to be using. So I'm going to start, and maybe I do want to do green here because they're kind of leaves. Kind of though. See, this is, welcome to my thought process. I kind of, though, want...
Can you do just the green leaves in green and the fall in whatever color you were going with? Or are you trying to make it...
I kind of... Well, because I might do a border of other things down here. So this kind of separates the frame down the middle, you know? Oh, you guys, I don't know. No, I think I'm going to do what I was going to do. It doesn't need to be, because we're going to do backwards on the other one. All right, so here is Eucalyptus. Now, Eucalyptus I love eucalyptus. It's really close to jade. In fact, we have our board right behind you. Sean can grab to show you how close this is. And I am just using my mini squeegees. And because I have that tape up here, I'm not as worried about it. And we're just going to do this. And I am going to do a paste and peel on this, which is basically you paste it, take your time, peel, and use our quick dry tool to dry. So I'm going to lift this up. We're going to have to show that here in one sec because I have to... Can you grab my quick dry tool?
I can.
So I'm going to lift this up. That's that placement tape that was holding it in place. And it should have had a detail tool ready to go, but that's okay. And we are going to slowly lift it up. And then we can use our quick dry tool to dry it. Just like that. All right, so I tend to just make sure your fingers are clean because you're going to want to push this back down, but you don't want to hit it too much with other colors, and I tend to go backwards. So this way it gives it a little bit more time to dry, and we can now focus on the love, which I'm going to be doing in guava. But this time, I'm going to have my detail tool ready to go.
Real brief look on the difference.
Oh, yeah.
This is, was it jade first or
Eucalyptus was first.
So this is eucalyptus, and this is jade. It's very close. I mean, it's so close. If you were just to scan at it, you wouldn't even know that there's two, but it is, it is different.
I love jade. And jade next to pomegranate is so pretty. Okay, let's go ahead and do this love in guava. I have my detail tool this time. It'll make my life a little easier. And this has got enough room. I'm not... Oh, we have a different color in here. So, good thing I caught that. I think we saved it.
Nice.
I don't know what color that is, but...
Something of a cream yellow or something.
Yeah, I don't know. So we were not going to worry too much about the fall in yet, and we're just going to do the love.
Ooh, I need to find a garbage sack.
A garden shack?
Garbage.
Oh, garbage.
The black ones, I think they're up in the garage. I think.
Can you get that right there so we
Sure
don't
can.
accidentally... So I tend to move around the box more than I do the squeegee. I find it to be easier for me at least. And we're just going to go through and make sure we remove all of our paste. And obviously the rest of that can go back in the jar. And I'm going to make sure my hands are clean. Even though paste is removable, when you're working on a wood surface, you want to minimize any contamination. So once again, I can just lift this part up. Those are just that extra insurance border there.
Somebody was asking what happened to your finger.
You know,
You just scraped it, I think.
Yeah, on the door, I think. Man, I got that tape down good. All right, grab my detail tool, and we can just lift it up. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to fix this. As Sean was explaining, I think at the beginning of the video, this is not real wood. And
Actually, looks like a chunk.
it actually is. So it took away a little chunk off of it. Let me see if I can get it off. There you go. So Sean can show you that. I'm going to wash my hands off, but I'll show you how we fix that.
So yeah, there's an actual piece of that came off of there. That's kind of bizarre. I've never seen this happen before. Oh, good. Thank you, Angela. Hope you enjoy it.
Now, if this happens and you are not satisfied, we have a return policy. You could call Couture, if us, whatever, and we could get you a new one. So if anything like that ever happens, just know it's best to report it. You want them to know because they need to fix that kind of stuff. All right, so we want to push down the fall again. Just make sure to always check your fingers. And we're going to do the memories up here. It's had a little time to dry. That one is going to be in Ocean Mist. So grab my Ocean Mist and stir it up. It looks like I got a little cadet in there. Now the small squeegee tends to be, or the mini, sorry, tends to be my go-to. As you do your chalk journey, will find which ones you love. I know some people love the angled, some are small, some like the detail tool. I just feel like the mini squeegee is my best all around. Once again, I tend to turn it more than I try to get into weird cracks and stuff like that. I'll just turn the box frame. If you have that option, in my opinion, it works out the best. Okay, we're going to just go ahead and I am going to live dangerously and just go ahead and do this part right now too.
I think you'd be fine.
So this is our camel. It was actually a in vogue color last autumn winter, and I loved it because of the fact that it matches our box frames so well. And then they retired it and I was sad, but now it is back as a permanent color, and that happens a lot. Guava used to be in vogue. Yeah. So did raspberry sorbet, wisteria. So a lot of times these colors come back in and they become permanent.
Mary Lou asks, do you sand or wax the wood? We never sand it unless you want to reuse the board after you've placed something down. You can do that. We don't wax it. Other people do. It's all depending on where you live or what you're used to.
So I'm going to have Sean dry that. I'm going to wash my transfer.
So it's interesting, too, as I dry, is that piece that came off is actually, you can see that it's a flaw in the production.
You want to show him the washing part?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So here he is washing his transfer. He takes before putting it on the part of the sink, using his hand to get the bulk part of it off, then placing it down on the sink part, getting a board eraser and just wiping it down, squeezing out all the excess of the sponge in the water because of the paste. And you're going to definitely want to, once you get one side, you have to do the other side. Yeah, see, you can still see that guava in love. Once you flip it, that all then disappears once you do that. And I think, Betsy, you said, could we glue that piece in here? Yeah, you probably could, but for us, no. It's just going to take too long for the glue to dry, but it could probably be done. And then once you get both sides all nice and clean, just double check it, make sure it's all good to go, and then just, of course, let it lay flat or over a rod, sticky side up. And that's that. Make sure this is nice and dry. Hi, girls and boy. Well, maybe no boy. There he is. Hi, Hunter. Hi, little CP. All right, we should be good.
Okay. We want to see how I fix this first, or do we want to go into the board?
What are you up to? Ready to do? I don't know.
We can fix it.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way. Okay.
Because Betsy was asking, could you glue it? Yeah, you could. You probably
You could.
It's a big enough piece, and because it is an actual solid piece, it's not the stain that lifted. It is an actual piece of the wood or whatever's under there came up.
So what we're gonna do is grab 2 little color trays, 2, 3 stir sticks. Sorry.
He's got some in his mouth.
And I'm gonna grab bright white. Now, we used to have Greige. Greige is retired. I know, very sad. So we're actually going to grab a little bit of Storm. So in one color tray, we will put our guava. And won't need a lot. And then in our other one, while I'm getting my... Sean can show you how much we add. So we're going to put just a little spray in that.
A little spritz.
And then to make the color to match this kind of gray wood, it's going to be just a little bit of gray in your white. And I tend to put my gray off to the side and slowly incorporate it. Yep. And same thing, we're just going to add a spritz. And then I always stir mine off of my work area just because I tend to splash. Okay, so this is the color you're kind of going for to match our box frame. It's going to be a very light color. I'll give these to Sean. Mm-hmm. And then you do want to have your white out. And then you're going to grab the brand new... Let me get all the tools. So while I'm fixing it, Sean can show you all the tools that come with it. These are, by far, that's all of them.
Yep. So you get a big brush.
So while he's doing that, I'm just taking the Squeegee Brush, which is this one. And it is not a lot, you guys. It is just a little bit. And I'm going to start...
For those who have these and have used them, you know exactly how nice they are. Big brush doing big projects, you know, especially if you're watering down your paste to make it more like a paint. If you do it that way, this covers a lot of areas. The smaller one for smaller details. The sponge one is kind of used as an effect. We do notice that if you don't want to push super hard on this, it's just a light touch tap to that. And if you push too hard, you may have accidentally push the sponge all the way into the metal shaft part here. All you have to do is just grab a pair of tweezers and pull it back out. Maybe give it a little squeeze at the rim here just to see, to try to lock it in. But these are so awesome and so cool.
Okay, so we have the guava. We'll keep this out just in case we need another mistake. I'm going to have Sean dry that. Okay. Because we are going to fix the other one, but we need to make sure that guava is dry. And while you're drying that, you want to do the camera?
Sissy, I think it was Sissy, or somebody says they're getting ready to...
He's getting so big, you guys.
He's looking for a golden.
Look. You want to go say hi to everyone? Hi, everyone.
He's like 30 pounds already.
He said, hi, everyone. What are you eating?
Hi, big boy.
I love him so much. Here, you want to take him?
I can. Let me drop this real quick.
So, Sean can show off Hunter.
Come on.
You can go up close and show them, and I'll fix this. All I'm going to do is grab the other color with that same brush, that Squeegee Brush. And then you and Sean can show off our little handsome boy.
You good boy. You still don't listen to it.
So what I do is I take a little bit of this color that we made, and I'm going to start by just doing some dollops everywhere, and then go in with the white.
Yeah, so what is that up there? Time for you to... Oh, dude, you already did.
What's he doing?
He saw the camera mount up above and licked it. Oh. He's a good boy. Okay, let's get down.
He is a good boy.
So pretty.
Sometimes he listens, sometimes he doesn't. Yeah. Okay, so good thing I kept my guava because I do see I missed.
Just a hair?
Yeah, so you can get real close and see where I missed. And I don't need a lot, you guys. This brush right here is by far an unsung hero.
It's
because
literally done.
I've literally bought fine tip brushes to do fix like this, and
who would have thunk?
And I've always had to struggle with just a little hair being off, and this with this squeegee material, you can get in very close and you wouldn't even know. And look at that.
Done.
You wouldn't even know.
Nope.
All right.
They're gonna know.
They're gonna know.
They're never gonna know.
All right, so let's go ahead and
okay, let's get this.
Show that one. Oh, that's cute.
Look at that.
I do like the colors.
The colors are awesome. I saw a couple of people.
And I was gonna add stuff to the top and bottom, but I'm not because one of our next lives will be houses with these.
Oh yes.
That's a thing we're doing. You might want to keep those off for. We're going to be using them again, all the colors. Okay, so we're going to put this off to the side, and now I'm going to do the next side. Now, Sean said he had already... Did you already get the other ones ready to go?
Yep, they're right here.
Where?
Right there.
Oh!
Already done. All you have to peel and go.
Okay, so we are lining these up. So, we'll start with... Hello, friend.
Hello, friend.
And looks pretty good. I'll have Sean be the official. I put it down and then he kind of. And then this is the have a seat and let's sit and chat. And I kind of wanted this. Wait a minute. No, this is right. This I have to do. Sorry, I'm having a moment. My hello friend, I think, needs to go up a little more. Wait a minute. Hello, friend. Have a seat. Let's sit and chat. No, this is right.
Yeah, because you wanted to match this with that.
Oh, that's right. I'm going to do it. But I want that to be bigger. So let's sit and chat. Let me see what other options I have over here. You can go up on us for a quick sec while I look at my other options.
Sorry?
Excuse me, Shani. Mm-hmm. I don't think this is right. I thought I was going to do... Hello, friend. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, let me redo this. So I wanted it to be the kick off your shoes. But that might be too big. I wanted it to have hello friend. Let me see here. Hello friend. Let's see what I have here. Kick off your shoes, and then I was gonna do steal a while. Let's wait. Hello, friend. Kick off your shoes. Let's sit and chat. That's too much. Memories. I think I'm going to stick with this. Have a seat. But I want, instead of let's chat, let's... Okay. Hold, please. I'm trying to figure out... There's so many different good sentiments on this, Sean.
I know.
Okay, so this one will definitely go there. Hello, friend. Have a seat. Let's... Ooh! Got it. How much taller is that, though? Okay. Ooh, yeah. I like it. We made a change, but I think it's going to be a good change, don't you?
Which one did you pick? Oh, yes.
It's still not as tall, but that's okay, because it's going to be on the other side. Mm-hmm. So we'll make it work. So hello, friend.
Let's sip a drink.
Okay. So we're going to start with the middle and lining up this, because this is what I really want to line up, is this right here. But I want to be able to go as far down as I can. What do you think?
You're looking at, meaning it needs to go up. Unless you want it there.
I want it there.
Okay.
Because I want to get it as close. Okay. So, hello, friend. Have a seat. So, we're not using the sit and chat. Sit, chat. Yeah, we're not. See, sometimes we get our vision now, right? Mm-hmm. But even though I know that this isn't the same, it's going to hit that. So it does need to come down. So I'd rather have that. Sorry, guys.
I'd rather have the top match.
Yeah. Yep. I'd rather have the top match than that. Okay, will you line that up, Shawnee?
I can.
He's my official liner-upper. Yeah, dun, 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 dun.
Oops, it went down as I pressed it.
Uh-oh. You're fired. Thank you. Okay, so just like we did on the other one, I don't want these dots. So I'm going to cover that up.
No dots. No
And
dots for
then
you.
also, because you guys all know me, I don't want to go off of the board, so I'm just going to use some placement tape up there just to give me some insurance. Now, if you were a non-messy chalker, you do not have to do this part, but I tend to be a messy chalker. Okay, so this we're just going to go off to the side a little bit, and then we want to give us a little bit more insurance there. That's pretty tight. This is what I love is a lot of people say, you know, I would join Couture, but you're limited to the transfers and you can't really customize. And I'm like, oh yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You just got to look at our transfers and not be afraid to cut them up and mix and match. You'd be amazed at what different things people have done. Okay, I'm going to start with guava. Have my detail tool ready because I am going to have to look that up. And always just double check to make sure there's no bubbles. And why do we care if there's bubbles?
Bubbles give you a really weird look once you pull the transfer, as if it's...
It's better with the new paste, but it still is a thing.
Yep. Somebody said they got their... what was it? Got their kit today.
Oh!
But 3 of her shimmer pastes had leaked in a package.
Oh, no!
Luckily, they were in a bag. Are there issues with the paste seals leaking?
It's
from rare... time to time, but rare.
Very rare. Since they fixed it.
Yeah, you can do a fix it fast form in your back office, and they can send you some new ones.
Or if you're a Club Couture member, reach out to us.
Yeah.
And we'd be happy to help you. So there is a little tip when you're removing placement tape. Just be very mindful of it falling back down onto your frame, because if you already have some paste on it and it falls flat, that can be devastating. The other thing a lot of people will say is, I don't use our detail tool because I prefer to have a metal end. And I used to be the same way, but what I do like about this detail tool is it does not nick our wood frames.
It's just a hard, not a hard rubber, but a hard nylon.
Yeah. So you guys can see, can you zoom in really quick? I'm going to show them how we can fix that. Little dots came through. So let me show you how that's easily fixed.
Before it dries, let's see.
So,
oh yeah, I guess it did, didn't it?
We are going to just, you guys can see it. I'm going to take a baby wipe while it's still wet and get the majority of it up. Okay. And then I'm going to take one of our board erasers, and I'm just going to take and rip off a little chunk like so. Okay. Oh, but before you do that, you want to dry it. So let's dry. We want to dry because we don't want this, the board eraser to flake in there. So I just take a board eraser. It's not wet because the board is wet where we use that baby wipe. And we're just going to come right over it and magically erase it. Just like that. And then I'm going to come back in with my baby wipe. And if you want it a little bit where you even get in those grooves, just take another chunk and get it wet. And just very gently go over it. And then it will just pick it up.
Oops, sorry.
Just like that. And then I tend to dry it. All right, let me dry that. All right. So the next will be have a seat, let's sit in chat. We've already dried this. So I want it to get as close as I can get it. So I'm going to be a pain. I think that's good. And then
Shannon, there should be no problems when you come over.
What do you mean?
She's taking her son to Silverwood, and she's driving over from Oak Harbor, and she's wondering if there's any fires since we have so many fires in Washington. I double check your website, but Spokane has none.
We don't?
No, we have nothing in the area. No. It was very blue sky today, actually.
It was.
Some of the light wind got some of the smoke we had yesterday and today, early this morning, went away.
So we're gonna do eucalyptus. Mm-hmm. You notice I'm not taping it on the top, so I'm just being very careful. And then we will have to wash this because I'm going to move the part in the middle up. So I'm going to want to wash it and dry it. So when Sean's drying this, I'm going to go wash this transfer so we can use it. And that way I can show you how you can use a transfer right away again, even after you've washed it.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right,
Beauty
so Sean's
mist.
going to dry that. I'll be right back.
Yep. So those who are where we're getting these colors, if you go to the paste, this one is called, what's it?
The board.
Oh yes,
Which one?
the Everyday Home.
Everyday Paste Palette Pack.
Yes.
Sean can show you that.
So you can buy the palette single packs. This one's called Everyday Home, which is this one here. So these are the colors we're using. This is what they came up with.
Now we did substitute, or we added camel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we obviously just used this. It came out sopping wet. I'm putting it sticky side down and taking my 4-inch squeegee and squeegeeing out all of the water. Now this will work if you are wanting to use a transfer right away, and it will also work if you have a transfer that's kind of lost its stick a little bit. It won't make it sticky forever again, but it will give you enough stick to kind of use it through a few projects. We're going to lift it up, and this time we're going to put it sticky side down on our fuzzing cloth. Grab another fuzzing cloth, and we're just going to pat it in between. So I'm going to have Sean start patting that.
Pat, pat, pat.
And I'm going to clean up this little area. And you got that all dry?
The board?
Yeah.
I did. We can do a little more if needed.
Huh?
We can do a little more if needed. A little bit of a thing on that one. All right, I think we're good. Lee, do you use an extension cord on your quick dry tool? Yeah, you kind of have to. It's only 3 feet long. No, it's not even. Is it 3? Yeah, 3 feet. So, yes, extension cords.
That's one of the feedback I gave them on that is, but they, you know, like anything else, they said you'd be amazed on adding just a foot to that, how much it adds to the cost.
Yeah.
So I get it. All right, so we want to line this up as much as possible. So let's do it right here. Okay, Sean, do you want to... It doesn't have to be perfect, but is it pretty even?
I would say, make sure the board is even. It is very good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very good.
Grab your placement tape, which I feel like they should just call masking tape for Ken. I never use it to place stuff.
Yeah, don't worry, Lee. Everybody's having that same problem. Everybody has to use, unless you have power cord sitting right next to you. You're gonna have to have a extension cord. And it doesn't do anything with it. I know it's just something to have more in your room that you don't really need, but it works. Look at that. Pretty, pretty.
Now, I should have done my trick of
Oh, yeah.
putting that on there because it wasn't dry enough. What we usually use with like a backing sheet.
Yeah. So you may see here just a little bit it came up, but even though it's dry, it wasn't dry enough, or there wasn't enough fuzzing. That will also do that. So what's kind of cool to do is that you can put that down and you take your backer sheet, just put it right here, then put that on there. And of course you want the shiny side up, and then just drop it, and then it won't do anything. That's one way to protect something if you're doing an overlay and making sure you don't do that.
I got lost in conversation.
You what?
I got lost in conversation and made that little mistake.
Yeah, no problem. Easy fix though.
Easy fix, RCP.
Yeah, last year we had a lot of problems with smoke and and we had really bad air quality. It was like, remember that when they were like danger.
Yeah, that was bad.
You couldn't even go. You really, for those who have asthma and all that stuff, they can't even go outside. It was so bad.
Okay, so we will fix that, but we're going to do the last part, which is the part I decided to add, which is sip a drink. And Sean has that over there.
Well,
and we are going to fuzz. Fuzz
like a...
And we're going to do this in blue. Or, I should say, we are doing this in, there was one called Morning Sky. Is it Morning Sky? Ocean Mist. Morning Sky was the other one.
The other color, the other blue.
Yeah.
I think it's more blue.
So this one will go just as right there.
Yeah.
Does it look straight enough?
Mm-hmm. It does.
Okay. Grab my Morning Sky.
I'm even looking at it on the thing.
And I'm just going to be very careful not to go off of it so I don't have to mask it. A couple things I noticed this weekend. We did a project for a wedding gift. Mm-hmm. And it was on our wood. And we were using black velvet. And I started off really good, and then it started seeping on me. I've definitely discovered that black velvet paste, you got to not push it through your transfer so hard, but also you want to remove the transfer slow. And it made a world of difference.
Yeah, the less passes you can do, or the less hard pushing down on it, it works a lot.
Mm-hmm. All right, nice. So he's going to dry that. I'm going to go wash this, and then we are going to fix that. We're just going to grab a color tray and eucalyptus and fix. Candyman can. Candyman can.
Yes, again. Oh, I have it for you right there.
Okay, we are gonna grab my new favorite tool. Add a little bit of water, mix it. Now the reason I like using this versus this will leave brush marks and can sometimes flake your paste, where this truly feels like a squeegee. And I think it just is way easier to use. Okay, so Sean just added a little bit of water in with that paste. And can you zoom in on this, Sean?
I'm just grabbing my zoomer. My room zoom.
And you can see I'm not putting a ton on there, just enough. And I tend to dab it and then very, very gently fill it in. You don't want to do too much of a brush stroke because it will leave a brush stroke behind. And sometimes, if you're not careful, you could rehydrate the paste under it and actually make it worse. So the key on fixing something like this is give it ample time to dry. That's number one. Number two, water down your paste. But also, you don't want to water down your paste so much that it changes the color. Because surprisingly, if you add too much water to a paste, it can change color on you.
Heidi is saying that Jess mentioned that she got a tip at ChalkCon. If you lightly sand the wood boards, it will help with the weeping. Yeah, we've never done it yet.
No, we haven't. It does. I don't think if you do it slowly, I don't think you need to do that. Yeah. And it's one less step that people have to worry about. So, all right. There we are. Let's take a look.
Let me just zoom out here a little bit.
So this is project 1. These will go on the top shelf. We'll show you tomorrow once they're placed. But you can see the color scheme is coming together. And this I just love because this transfer, you can mix, match, cut it apart. I'm in love with this color scheme together. And we haven't even brought in our shimmer white and storm, which will be in other elements. But the whole thing will have these colors throughout the whole thing. Yeah, so in spring, we had a really, really bright, vibrant colors for spring. And going into this kind of autumn, fall, it's kind of getting into that homey feel, that everyday home and then Halloween and stuff. So here we go. Look at that. I love it. Love it. And we still could do something on the back if we wanted and stuff. So tomorrow we will be doing the main board in the middle, which is actually one of our Sylvie frames that I've deconstructed and we're changing up. And we're using one of Sean's favorite transfers out of this catalog and doing the middle section of the board. And we should be live tomorrow at 6. Unlike today. So for all of you that stayed, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got some tips. If you have any questions on Chalk Couture, reach out to us. And as always, thanks for joining us. We'll see